What is going on, guys? It's Keys and Black Quarterback Series. Real quick video. So we're gonna talk about all the primetime games, and then I'm gonna get in another video. We're gonna go through the whole schedule and really get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule. But we're just gonna do all the primetime games, international games, and some of the games I found interesting. So we're gonna start with the Netflix Christmas games: Kansas City and Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and the Texans. So Wednesday, Christmas Day. Now I'm an NBA guy as well. I love the NBA, but I'm just not a huge fan of them putting games on Christmas Day. And I get it; it was fun. I had a good time last Christmas, but putting them on Netflix already when Netflix is already like being weird and scammy with their money and not letting people password share. It's just I get it. It's capitalism. I get it. Everything. But I'm just not a huge fan of these exclusive rights games. You know what I mean? Like to me, it takes a little bit of the. And I hate to be that old school guy, but it takes away some of the fervor or like just being able to turn on the TV and chill and watch some football. You know, like even though most of us are online, hey, you're watching this video online. I get it, but like I don't know. It just takes something away from it for me as far as these Netflix special games. And I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. It'll probably be on no, not NBA. It'll probably be on the NFL Network. So if you got the NFL app, you can watch it as well and don't have to pay Netflix. I didn't tell you though. But getting into the international games, Green Bay, Philly, they're playing that in Brazil. I think they've played a game in Brazil before. Jets, Vikings, and then Jaguars, Bears, Patriots, Jags, New York Giants, and Panthers. The New York and Panthers game is going to be in Germany, and the Jets, Vikings, Jags, Bears, Pats, Jags, all of those are going to be in London. So it looks like they're really going hard to try to get fan interest in the Jags in London. Now I never had no problem with these international games. I get that you're trying to spread the game and all that, but it always sucks when you're taking a home game away from a team, and that travel for these international games is ridiculous. And as a guy that covers these games, sometimes when our guys are playing, it's just gonna be hell trying to get up and with this, especially with this new job that I got. It's just gonna be really difficult to cover these games because these games come on at like 7 in the morning here. You know, so obviously they're trying to get the Jags to fan base because the Jags feel like they play two overseas games every single year. It just feels like they're always playing the overseas games. Um so yeah, those are the international games. Brady's first broadcast game will be Week One, Browns versus Cowboys. And let me get on my soapbox real quick as I talk about this. Greg Olsen was the guy on the number one cast. Greg Olsen was the guy on the number one broadcast for them before ended up having to step down for Tom Brady. Greg Olsen does a phenomenal job on Sunday football. And he has to step to the second one because they want Tom Brady to be the leading color commentary. Now I understand it is Tom Brady, blah blah blah, right? But he better be really good because Greg Olsen was great. And you'd be like, oh, Keith, you got a vested interest in Greg Olsen. He was your guy for yes, but he also was great at his job. And so I don't want Tom to go in here and wet the bed, and then we act like it's not bad. So just from some of his stuff that I've seen Tom do though, he should be fine at it. He probably be Tony Romo, probably not as good as Tony Romo at this, but um, I just wish they did Greg Olsen better than just kicking him like, hey, Tom's here, go to game number two. You know what I mean? So I just my only gripe about that. And so we're going to do the Thursday night games first, and then we're going to do the Monday night games, and then we're going to get out of here. So Thursday nights normally would have terrible games, right? Thursday night has terrible games. Some of these games are just as terrible, but so we're going to start Thursday. We're going to start week 2 Thursday night because the Super Bowl winner always plays Thursday night NBC. Blah blah blah. Right. So week 2 Bears Miami. That should be a good game. Pats Jets. Depending on the health of Aaron Rodgers, that should be a decent game. Cowboys Giants is going to be an awful game. 49ers, Seattle. It'll probably be a good game depending on where the 49ers are. Um, Denver, New Orleans, probably a terrible game. Vikings, Rams, decent. Texans, Jets, that should be a good game, barring both teams are healthy. Bengals, Ravens, classic. Washington, Philly, probably will be a classic this year based on where I think Philly is going to be. We'll talk more about that when we get into the NFC East breakdown. That will come out sometime in the next few weeks. When we get into the NFC East breakdown, I think that game will be a lot better than we think. And then with Jaden Daniels being there, we'll see. We'll at that point we'll know kind of what Jaden Daniels is for his rookie year at that point. So Pittsburgh Browns would be a great game just because it's an NFC AFC North matchup. Um, Raiders KC probably be over in the first quarter like it was last year. Green Bay Lions will be a great game. Rams San Fran. Depending on where the Rams are and if Stafford is not hurt, should be decent. Browns Cincinnati. Again, depending on where the health is of Joe Burrow and if Deshaun is actually playing well. Like I said, we get more into those things when we get into the specific not conference, divisional schedules. In Seattle, in the Bears, which will probably be a decent game, but it'll be the end of the year. It'll be the end of the year, and both of these teams probably won't be fighting for nothing. So it probably won't be much of nothing. So Thursday night slate looks decent, but Thursday night always ends up being the worst games of the week most times. Um, but hopefully we can have a good Thursday night this year. So I'm looking forward to that. And so I say Monday Night Football for last because I think Monday Night Football might have some of the better games, as it should. It's Monday Night Football, so let's get into it. So starting off week one, Jets 49ers. I think that'd be a classic. But I don't know if necessarily if Aaron Rodgers is going to be stay healthy. He's going to be 40. He got hurt last season. He's been a very injury prone guy these last 5 years. So I don't know if he's ever even going to be as healthy as we think he should be. So that remains to be seen, but hopefully he can play longer than one snap this year. So I think that game should be good. Atlanta, Philly, on paper, this game doesn't seem like it should be pretty good, but Atlanta has some talent. Obviously, Philly has some talent. I think this game will be better than we think it will be, and we'll look up and be like, oh, that was one of the better games this year. And then we got a doubleheader: Jags, Bills, Washington, Bengals. I think that Washington Bengals game is not going to be close, but it's going to feel closer than it actually was. The Jags and Bills, um, not really sure what to make of both teams. So by week three, we won't know. We still won't know what those teams are. So I don't even know how to feel about that game. Titans in Miami, I snooze. I can honestly care less. Seahawks and Lions should be a decent game. Two scrappy teams. I expect that game to be decent. Saints, KC. Uh, I want to talk myself into thinking that game should be good, but I think Kansas City is going to go on a run this year. Maybe not winning a Super Bowl, but they might not lose. They might not lose for a minute. That's all I'm gonna say. When we get into it, we'll talk about it. And then we got Bills Jets. I don't know. Depending, would Josh Allen have been 15-1, like 15? Not probably not 15 touchdowns, but will Josh Allen be 9-1, 9 touchdowns and interception, or will he be more 7-6, like 7 interceptions and 6 interceptions, or 7 touchdowns and 6 interceptions? It remains to be seen. If Aaron Rodgers is playing, I expect them to win a divisional game. So take it with a grain of salt. But I do think all divisional games will be really good and really close. Then we got another doubleheader for week 7. Ravens, Tampa Bay, um, the Chargers in Arizona. I think both of those games will be good. I think the Charger and Arizona game will be a showdown. I'm talking about like 50-51. I think those games are going to be high scoring affairs. Jim Harbaugh don't like high scoring affairs, but this game might be a high scoring affair. And I'm putting that completely on Herbert. Completely on Herbert to score all that. Ravens and Tampa Bay. Um, the Ravens will be coming into their building, so I want to say it'll be a good game. We have no idea what Tampa Bay is going to be this year, even with Baker Mayfield. So and Tampa's better than we think. Tampa's better than we think. So it should be a good game, at least three quarters through. Giants, Pittsburgh, snooze fest. Tampa Bay, Kansas City. Like I said earlier, Kansas City will probably be a buzzsaw this year, so I don't see that being close. Miami and the Rams. So if Miami get their offense going, this game could get late real early for the Rams. Um, Tua still hasn't signed his extension. We still don't know what's going on with that. And if I'm wrong, I'm definitely going to vet myself. But that game should be okay. It should be okay. I'm not gonna have any huge opinions on it. Titans, Cowboys. Don't really care about the Titans. The Cowboys are gonna cowboy. This seems like one of those games that Dak is gonna stat pad in, and he's gonna look like a world beater. When asked about it, he's not. Chargers, Rams, or Chargers, Ravens, the Harbaugh Bowl. This game will probably be 10-6. 10-6 win field goal. It probably be something like that because they both know what both teams are going to do. These teams are going to be tough. They're going to run the ball. They're going to play great defense. They're going to smash mouth football. This is going to be a very low-scoring affair. That's going to be probably the better game of that particular week. Browns, Denver, don't know what to make of both teams. Is Deshaun Watson even ready anymore? Is Denver going to still be a dumpster fire? I think Denver's still going to be a dumpster fire. We'll have to see if their rookie is making any strides, and if the rookie's making any strides and Deshaun Watson is playing well, then that should be a really good game. Bengals Cowboys might be a classic. Then we got another. Then we got a doubleheader, another doubleheader. Bears and Vikings and Atlanta and the Raiders. I feel like with this Atlanta game, you should be able to make it have a good night's sleep. You should be able to go to sleep after this Bears Vikings game because this Bears Vikings game is going to be lit. I'm looking forward to that game, but I don't know why they would put this Atlanta and Raiders game second because I'm going to bed after this Bears Vikings game go off. I'm letting you guys know now. So New Orleans and Green Bay, should be okay. Lions and San Fran to end the season. So Lions and San Fran might be for their respective divisions or for first place in the NFC. Both of these teams are going to be in the hunt. So I expect for that game to be like extremely, extremely, extremely important. So that's really all I got for you guys. Those are all the primetime games. Let me know what you guys think of y'all team schedule. And I will see you guys later on, and we'll get into divisional talk. Peace.